Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to another UBZoomy at the earlier time of 1 p.m. How's everybody doing?
Good. I like this early 1 p.m. I like this.
Good.
I don't have my dinner.
Robin's got to unmute himself, but I think he's saying it's wine o'clock no matter what time we do Zoomy.
That's true, yeah. I think he's right there.
It's 1 o'clock, but I don't like this 1 o'clock start.
No,
Right.
well,
I like it, I do. What about you, Gilbert?
I've just got up, mate.
Exactly. Thoroughly uncivilized, didn't it, Gilly?
Yeah.
I've already got up, been to church.
I was out with Danny last night having a tear. I was out with Big Danny having a tear up, son.
Oh dear, how is he?
He's great.
Okay, good. I'll have you at some point.
Well, that's good to hear, but you deserve everything you're feeling.
Absolutely.
now what Gilly's doing is he's keeping his body clock on the touring schedule just so that he's ready when things come back.
When things come back, yeah.
That's what we all do. That's what we all do,
mate. It'll be me in a couple of weeks' time. I just had my last jab yesterday, so next week I'll be doing what Gilly was doing. So Sunday's lucky for me.
Good stuff. Well, we've got this week the second part of Labour of Love 2 session. So those who tuned in last week will know that we went through the first 7 songs on the album, and we listened to the originals. Of course, Labour of Love series is UB40 going back and covering the songs that they grew up on. So we got to Kingston Town last week, and we've got another 7 tracks to go through. We'll listen to the originals. This will stream on social media for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then people will need to get over to the UB40 app. Dead easy. If you don't know how, just go onto your app store, type in UB40, download it. It's free, and you'll be able to spend a couple of hours with us talking through the tracks that a lot of us grew up listening to. So yeah, but before that, Matt, I think it's worth mentioning that there's some stuff coming up, isn't there, in the land of UB40, and next month, June, if we're not there yet, sees the release of the new album.
Yeah. But yeah, on Friday, obviously, we've got the release of the first single, which is also going to be accompanied with a video, which is all nice and exciting. Obviously with House of Shem as well coming in, so there's visuals, a nice mix up of visuals, really. New Zealand with the contrast of sunny Birmingham. so yeah, it's cool, man. But obviously that'll be dropping on Friday morning. So keep your eyes peeled, and obviously everyone on the app as well. We'll get a little bit of a preview. Well, you will get an advanced preview of everything that goes on with the album, because that's the whole point of obviously being on the app.
Get on the app, peeps.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they get the exclusives.
It's a good track. It's a good track, that, isn't it? Is it Message of Love, I presume?
Yeah, Message of Love.
Yeah, great tune. Yeah.
And it's sung by the late, great Carl Perkins, the father to the boys in House of Shem.
Yeah, man.
And the founder of the band.
Yeah.
Of course.
Originally from the band Herbs, and then he
Yeah.
founded the House of Shem with his lads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's quite emotional every time I hear it. And now we've got the video with footage of him singing it. It's even more so. It tugs at the old heartstrings every time I see it. I get quite choked.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful message as well in the song.
It's a lovely message, and he was a lovely man.
Yeah, very uplifting.
He dealt with his illness brilliantly. He basically just refused to be, put under by it until he eventually, obviously, it finally took him. But he fought it for years, and he was an inspiring man.
We were with him last time we were in New Zealand. And he was still fighting then, and he was
still performing,
yeah. And it was a great show. I think with both House of Shame supporting us in New Zealand, brilliant, a great combination.
And when we go back, they'll be doing it again.
Yeah, absolutely. I was lucky enough to meet him on that tour as well, Jimmy. And as you say, just a thoroughly nice.
Were you off on a business trip, Paul?
Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely.
Whose boy was it?
Yeah, exactly. But I think, like you say in the video, it's choking enough anyway. But then when you see him singing, because obviously this album's an offshoot of UB40's last album, which was sort of produced and recorded maybe what 3 or 4 years ago when obviously Carl was still around. So when you see that, that just takes it to another level of emotion, I guess. And the boys having the granddad in as well, which is a nice touch. Yeah. So great. I'm very much looking forward to other people being able to hear it and see it. And I think it's one of those songs that just fits really well with a UB40 audience in general. I think it's not a labour of love song, but it would sort of fit within that because Carl's got a lovely voice and it's to the keeper music, and it all just, I can't see anybody ever being offended by it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it was a great summer tune, and it's like, it's coming out in the summer, which is good for us. And obviously it's about love and everything, and it's just, it's a really nice tune.
Yeah, when they sent it back to us, we were stunned, I think. Everybody was just so impressed with how good it was, And then, of course, they sent us 2 more, which also made it onto the album. So, they're just quality.
Yeah, they're like a powerhouse of New Zealand reggae. You know what I mean? Like the House of Shem, man. It's like,
absolutely.
And they've been on it as well. They've been on it early these last sort of few weeks, maybe a month now, because New Zealand obviously got it right and has started opening back up. These guys are out playing live, doing.
So jealous.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So, right then. So to this week, the second part of Labour of Love 2. And
if somebody, I know the tunes that we've already had, but if somebody said to me, "What are the 7 tunes that we haven't played yet?" I wouldn't have a clue.
Hey Jimmy, what are the 7 tunes that we haven't played yet?
I haven't got a clue.
I didn't know there was that many tunes on there.
No, but even you will remember these tunes, Jim.
I'm sure I'll remember them as I hear them.
Well, the first one, obviously, we're going to remember because Earl sings it.
Does he?
Yeah. Does he?
Yeah, but it's like I was saying last week, basically, the same thing that happened to Norman. Obviously, I really like the tune. I like the bass line on Babe. So Ali says, "Well, you sing it then," which is basically what he said to Norman. Yeah. So this is like the first tune I ever really sung. So that's it, really.
It's a good.
From one of them.
It's another good upbeat tune, isn't it? You know what I mean? It gets the crowd. I think the change of lead vocalist during a set or during an album anyway is enough to mix it up. But when Earl comes down and does his thing and gets everybody going and gives it an intro and just blasts it, I think it's a great upbeat song. I love hearing it live. It's been in the set for a long time, and long may it continue. I say.
There's also a slice of irony that is probably not apparent to other members of the band, but the original was done by the Heptones, who I suppose everyone would know from the Book of Rules. That was their big record in the early 70s. But in the 60s, they were massive. They had loads of hit singles. And the lead singer of the Heptones was Leroy Sibbles, who was not only a lead singer, he was also a wicked bass player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen him in Birmingham, man, incredible. I mean, his catalogue of stuff that he wrote is
what he's worked on. Along with Jackie Mittoo, he was one of the foundation musicians for Studio One. Throughout the whole rocksteady period and reggae period. The early reggae period, him and Jackie Mittoo played on almost everything that came out of Studio One. They made up the band called the Soul Vendors, who just played on everything that Studio One and other stuff besides, So it's quite fitting that Earl took on the vocal of that tune because it was a bass player that sang it.
Yeah,
what a great coincidence! Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. And if you ever want to hear a hilarious record, go listen to the Heptones' Fatty Fatty from the 60s. He's not the Clancy Eccles Fatty Fatty, but one that came before it. I won't even say anything about it. It's just a hilarious record about how much he wants a fat woman.
Yeah, man. Big booty in fashion back then.
It was a big hit in Jamaica at the time. It's worth a listen. So you should go and listen to it on YouTube. It's very funny.
But not yet. Not until we've finished our little session.
No, of course.
We should play it. Or are we going to play?
We should. We're going to play. Well, we're going to play the original by the Heptones, Baby. But before we do that, I think Matt, we're going to have to cut the Facebook stream. So again, guys, get over to the UB40 app and stick with us for an hour or two, and we'll have a bit of a sing and a dance.
Yeah, and it's free.
Do it.
Yes, it's free.
Thanks, Phil.
Free.
Free.
Here we go then. Let's roll with the headphones, baby.
Nice. Do you?
A lot of rhythm guitar in that, wasn't there?
Hey?
Yeah, right.
A lot of rhythm guitar right up front.
Yeah. Yeah, wicked rock steady track.
Very good.
Do you guys ever go back and go through these songs a little bit like we're doing today on this session, like go through the Labour of Love stuff?
Heard that for Yonks as it goes. It's really nice hearing it again. It's like really.
I play these almost daily.
Yeah. I'll bet.
This old rock steady stuff is part of my listening, part of my regular listening. I've got playlists of purely, late 60s, early 70s music, and I listen to it all the time. It's, it's part of my youth, and it's also part of my old age.
I didn't go out of my way to listen to the original versions when we were actually recording them, because I didn't want to be listening to them, to be honest. You want to just approach them yourself without being influenced.
Yeah. I knew him too well to not be influenced.
You can't help it. You can tell why Earl has done that track, because it suits his vocal down to the ground, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Got to sing like a girly.
Yeah. Apparently, all bass players sing like girlies.
So
them new title jeans, my youth.
We're going to listen to UB40's version. I was hoping Earl might be able to give us an intro like he does on stage to this song.
I can't remember how it goes now. I've changed it over the years.
Well, it's usually one for the ladies.
This one's for the ladies,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, this one's for the ladies, yeah, babe.
Let's do it.
Get it?
That's it.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
Well, it's needed.
Work to do.
Call me back now, so
Here we go.
It's funny.
Now here it comes, a different kind of fashion, and this fashion is a Russian. Baby, be true, and I'll give my love to you. I mean it, baby. Treat me right, and I love you day and night. I mean it, baby. I'll give my world to you now, babe. I'll do what you ask me to now, babe. I mean it, baby. When you're down, I'll be around to guide you, baby. When you're free, just call on me, baby. I'll give my heart to you now, babe. I'll do what you ask me to now, babe. I mean it, baby. In tune to the hip-hop champion sound of the whole wide world. You'll be brought into the international studio from Birmingham, England. When you're down, I'll be around to guide you, baby. When you're free, just call on me, baby. I'll give my heart to you now, babe. I'll do what you ask me to now, babe. I mean it, baby. I wanna treat you right. I wanna love you day and night. I wanna give my heart away. I wanna love you night and day. I wanna treat you right. I wanna love you day and night. I wanna give my heart away. I wanna love you night and day. I wanna treat you right. I wanna love you day and night. I wanna give my heart away. I wanna love you night and day. I wanna treat you right. I wanna love you day and night. I wanna give my heart away.
Bit more up tempo.
Yeah, and if you know the live song, everybody sat there in their own mind going skibbity bibbity bop and skibbity gibbity doo.
it is a lot of the original. It's almost scar speed in it.
Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, obviously,
Yeah.
What were you about to say when you got cut off, Jim? You've forgotten?
Completely gone. Couldn't it that important, could it?
A question came to me earlier, not necessarily about this album, but just what are your own listening habits at home? Do you go and sit down for 2 or 3 hours with a pair of headphones on and listen to music, or is it whilst you're just doing odd jobs in the house? I mean, for everybody really on the call.
Yeah, I'm mainly doing it housework. That's when I'm listening to music generally.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So as your wife says then for about 20 minutes a week?
that's very funny. That was quite good. It's music works that way. That you have different styles of music depending on the circumstances that you are.
Yeah.
You know, if you're chilling out later in the evening, you want something down tempo. If you're out in your car, you want something you can sing along to. If you're at housework, you want something that's up and you can dance to. You know, so it depends on what you're doing and what mood you're in.
Yeah, fair comment. Yeah. What about yourself, Robin and Earl, Gilly?
I normally play music.
Yeah, well, I usually play music in the car, or if I go out or something, if I go to like having a picnic or outside sunbathing or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I'm still looking for my amplifier to get all my speakers and all my CDs out the garage. Do you know what I mean? So I can set up everything, but I can't find my amplifier.
So you have to unpack it when you move.
Yeah, well, if you can't find it when you've had a year off, Earl, I don't think you'll be finding it.
Yeah.
It might be time to buy a new. It might be time to buy a new one.
What about you?
Yeah, but that's it. I'm still finishing moving in. If you know what I mean. So like, I still got a ways to go yet. But I'll get me. I've got 2 Technics decks in it and like a mixer and all that, and get the old tunes out and like all my old reggae stuff and then my dance stuff and that.
Yeah.
The old vinyl.
Yeah. What about yourself? What about yourself, Gilly? Do you have a pair of headphones you stick on, or is it just general casual listening?
All the time. Headphones, stereo. When I'm cleaning up like Jimmy, when I'm not.
Yeah.
Just when the spirit takes me, really.
Yeah.
Which is most of the time.
It's the background to your life, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
It's a good job I got great neighbours.
Yeah, exactly. It's the soundtrack to your life. I mean, I only ever use headphones late at night.
Mm-hmm.
And generally I play stuff, while I'm doing other stuff. I just stick on, and it's nearly always the same stuff,
I put John Holt album on the other day, and the man downstairs, he's come to me, he says, "Can you do me a tape of that?" Tape? I said, "What's one of them?"
Yeah, I mentioned to Normie DeLangan once that I was a big fan of John Holt, and that I'd got, I don't know, half a dozen at least John Holt albums. And he sent me the entire recorded works of John Holt on a dongle.
Wow.
Absolutely everything recorded. Like hours and hours of John Holt.
God.
Where's he get it from, Rob? Does he download it off the internet, or did he used to run a record shop back in the day or something?
He's just a vinyl collector.
Yeah, well,
and CD collector.
All, basically, yeah.
He's got thousands and thousands of records. Literally thousands. His walls, if you ever see, I mean, he'll probably show you one day. You ever see his house? He's just got walls of records, CDs.
Walls and walls.
He just collects them. He's got everything. He's got hundreds and hundreds of UB40 CDs and records. Everything ever released, in as many different countries and different guises, different versions. And unbelievable. Yeah. And he also collects whatever else he loves. And he's a big John Holt fan, so he had everything. And
he's probably got 3 million records, and we know for a fact he's got one brilliant wife who puts up with it all, Wendy.
Absolutely, yeah, the lovely Wendy. I'd say hello to the lovely Wendy if she's watching.
Hello, the lovely Wendy.
Oh, she is.
Norman, you're what we call over here anorak, mate.
Yeah, definitely. But
nothing wrong with anoraks.
No, but I had a few in my young age.
20-somethings in my house, they just have a phone. That's all they've got. They don't have a collection of anything.
Yeah, it's all on there. Yeah, it's all on there.
It's much easier. It does make complete sense.
Spotify and all that now, isn't it?
Yeah. Spotify,
yeah. Don't get me started, man.
Speaking of Dutchies, the old Eurovision was at the Ahoy last night. I saw.
I can't believe so many people I know who should know better are watching that crap. I know. It's unbelievable. Really?
How many marks out of 10 did you give it, Jimmy?
I didn't give any. I avoided.
I'm seeing you up. I'm seeing you up.
The 20.
Nil point.
Thank you.
Nil point.
The 20-somethings in my house.
Who won, Paul?
They even watched the preliminary one on the Friday night, and then watch the whole thing on the Saturday. I couldn't believe it. I instead went up to my room and I watched Army of the Dead, which was very, very good.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll watch that.
Wow.
It should be called Crimes Against Music, really. Competition, shouldn't it? Really?
Yeah, it should. Absolutely should. If you could call it music.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Jimmy's solo protest in his own house. I love it. But speaking of,
sorry, who won anyway?
Anything, Italy, unbelievable sort of heavy rock kind of
Rubbish.
dreadful tune that's already had 30 million streams. You know, I mean, it's like that's why it won, because the public vote, not the panels.
Yeah.
Anything that was half
But you know
decent,
why, though?
anything that was half decent got virtually nothing, and anything that was rubbish got quite good votes. And all the panels are all voting politically, you know. Cyprus gave all their votes to Greece. Greece gave all their votes to Cyprus. France all their votes to Switzerland. Switzerland all their votes to France. You know, it's just,
and nobody voted for us.
And nobody votes for the UK because we've just left the Europe. You know, everyone hates us.
I feel sorry for I feel sorry for Ireland and Scotland and Wales, because they get dragged down by the arseholes in England. You know, they're the little Englanders, you know what I mean? And that's why people aren't voting for us, because we're a bunch of selfish, arrogant idiots.
As far as they're concerned, that's exactly what we are,
Yeah, that's as simple as that, you know.
The fact that it only just got carried means we're not all like that, but that's the impression that the rest of the world gets.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. That's our
so, we're now kind of hatred number one, aren't we, on the European scene?
Yeah.
Well, we better move on to another song before Jimmy's blood pressure gets too high.
Yeah, it was all a load of shit. Go on, carry on.
Well, listen, moving on to something more positive. I'd like to talk about a song where the woman doesn't turn up for her wedding day.
Right, this is the Delroy Wilson song.
Yeah,
it is.
It actually is a Lloyd Price song. The original is an American tune by Lloyd Price in the late 50s, I think. It might be early 60s, but like a doo-wop type thing. Delroy Wilson, funnily enough, the original Delroy version, he's re-recorded this several times, or it's been remixed and re-released several times. But the hilarious thing is that when we met him, Ali went up to him somewhere and said, "Hi, I'm Ali from UB40. We've just recorded your song Wedding Day." And Delroy Wilson said, "What song?" And he said, "Wedding Day." And he went, "No, I've never recorded that." And Ali went, "No, we've just recorded your song Wedding." And he went, "No, I've never recorded that in my life."
It's me and another guy, isn't it?
Yeah, well, he had a very, very serious drinking problem, did Delroy.
Oh, there you go.
So, literally, he couldn't remember half of what he'd done, you know. And the hilarious thing was Ali going up to him, probably drunk, and saying, "I did your song." And he went, "It's not my song, mate."
Brilliant. So which version have we got, Matt? Have we got
well, hopefully
what we think is Delroy's version.
Hopefully we've got the original on the Mr. Tipsy label, produced by Blackbeard, the Jamaican Blackbeard producer, not the British Dennis Bovell Blackbeard, but the original Jamaican producer Blackbeard, who happens to be the big brother of Tapazuki. Just a little bit of
there you go.
Anorak knowledge for you. But he produced the original Wedding Day by Delroy Wilson, and hopefully that's the version that Matt's got.
Yeah.
Over to Matt then.
Better be, or woe betide you, Matty.
Here we go.
Grounded, mate, grounded.
No more pocket money.
Well done.
Where were you, baby? I said I'll be with you. Where were you on a wedding day? I got bad news that you went away. Where were you, little girl, I say? Where were you on a wedding day? Whoa, give me back my ring. Whoa, whoa, I ain't gonna let you keep the thing. Whoa, now where were you when I said I do? Everybody laughed. to keep the pain. Whoa. Now where were you when I searched the town? I turned the old neighborhood upside down. Now where were you, little girl, I say? Where were you on a wedding day? Whoa. Give me back my ring. Whoa. Whoa. I ain't gonna let you keep the pain. Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Give me back my ring. Whoa, whoa. I ain't gonna let you keep my pain. Whoa, where were you when I said I do? Everybody laughing, my in-laws too. Now where were you, little girl? I say, where were you on a wedding day? Whoa, give me back my ring. To keep the pain. Whoa. Now where were you when I searched your town? I turned the old neighborhood upside down. Where were you, little girl? I say. Where were you on a wedding day? Whoa. I give me back my ring. Whoa. Whoa. I ain't gonna let you keep the pain. Whoa. When I said I do, everybody laughing, my in-laws do. Now where were you when I searched that time? I turned the whole neighborhood upside down. Whoa, give me back my ring. Whoa, whoa, I ain't gonna let you keep the pain. Whoa, yeah. Now give me back my ring, baby. Give me back.
Give me back my music. Give me back my music. Never mind my ring.
Yeah,
What happened there?
That was a bit abrupt.
Just a little bit abrupt.
Nice
But what a singer. What a singer that guy.
Nice quality recording as well.
Lovely.
Yeah, I say the guy, man.
One of my favourite singers of all time, man. Daryl
Absolutely.
Wilson's brilliant.
Absolute class singer. And vastly underrated, and I guess probably because of the problems he had. He was a child star who had hit records
Another one
in his teens. And
I might have just flagged up a misheard lyric there. Everybody laughing, my in-laws too.
That's it.
Is that what is in your version as well?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not what I thought it was.
What do you think was it?
Everybody laughing at my fine blue suit.
What?
Oh, okay.
Everybody laughing at my fine blue suit. There you go.
Yeah.
Have a listen.
It's
not going to sound like that now.
That's like people who think that 1 in 10 was I have a 1-inch head.
Yeah, well, this is it. Yeah, typical.
Well, I'm Marie and Donna.
I'm Marie and Donna. Yeah, I'm a prima donna.
Yeah. I think there's a lot with that.
It is absolutely everybody laughing. My in-laws too.
Yeah,
that is the original lyric.
Don't know where you got blue suit from.
I don't know. Just sort of wedding, and it must have sounded like I've always.
Did you wear a blue suit to your wedding?
I am changing it for you. Yeah, a grey one.
Well, there you go.
Right, well then let's have a listen to it so everybody can just obviously agree with me that that's what it is. Fine blue suit. UB40's version. Let's do it, Matt.
Here we go.
Give me back my Where were you on a wedding day? Oh, yeah. Give me back my ring. Oh, oh, oh. I ain't gonna let you keep a thing. Oh, no. Now where were you when I searched your town? I turned the whole neighborhood upside down. Now where were you, little girl? I say, where were you on a wedding day? Oh, yeah. Give me back my ring. Oh, 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 oh. I ain't gonna let you keep a thing. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Give me back my ring. Oh, 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 oh. I ain't gonna let you keep a thing. Oh, no. Now where were you when I said I do? Everybody laughing at my fine new suit. Now where were you, little girl? I said, where were you on a wedding day? Oh, yeah. Give me back my ring. Oh, 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 oh. I ain't gonna let you keep a thing. Oh, no. Now where were you when I searched your town? I turned the whole neighborhood upside down. Now where were you, little girl? I said, where were you on a wedding day? Oh, yeah. Give me back my ring. Oh, 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 oh. I ain't gonna let you keep a thing. Oh, no.
Got a few people backing me up here.
Oh, note, I did say to you, those are the original lyrics. I didn't say that wasn't what Ali sang.
Right, okay. That guy out jail free
me.
card.
No.
Obviously, he's singing Fine New Suit,
There you go.
but the original is all I confirmed.
I'm gonna have to rewind and have a look and see what you said.
But
There you
Derek
go.
Wilson is definitely singing Everybody Laughing, My In-Laws Too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's why it threw me. But
Where Ali got my Fine New Suit from,
yeah,
I have no idea.
it's good though. You could do a whole session on UB40 said lyrics. The Earth dies screaming. Somebody saying that the mother thought it was about ice screaming.
Yeah, the
Earth's Ice Cream Men.
Yes, ice cream. Yeah. Brilliant.
Man.
I've heard that one a few times.
So that's that then. Wedding Day, another one that we've not heard for a long time in the old set. Robin, I don't. It's it's a popular, uplifting, upbeat UB40 song. So maybe we can put a case forward. I don't know.
Not another one.
Say that about every tune.
No chance. Right, next song then. Sweet Sherry or Sweet Cherry, as some people like to call it. Honey Boy.
Yeah. Well, not a lot of people know Honey Boy. He's obviously Jamaican-born kid, came to England in his teens and became one of the pioneers of lovers rock, British reggae, you know. And Sweet Cherry is probably, I would imagine, his biggest hit.
There's another one as well. Let's not say what that is, but there's another song that UB40 have done of Honey Boy. See if anybody in the app can have a guess.
Yeah,
But,
Yeah, well, it's on the same album, so we will be discussing that.
not much of a clue. Only three songs left.
A slightly later tune, this one, isn't it? I think
Sorry?
it's more, a slightly later tune than the late 60s, early 70s period.
Well, it's still early 70s. That's the point. Is that he was a pioneer of lovers rock, which didn't occur till the 70s. You know, that's a British 70s phenomenon, isn't it? Lovers rock, and he was one of the pioneers of it. You know, recording on the British reggae scene, he was, you know, part of that. So it's 73 is Sweet Cherry,
Right, okay.
and you know it's. the beginning of Lovers Rock. Basically, that's that period.
Are we saying Sherry or Cherry? You spelled it Sherry, didn't you? On
Well,
sleeve.
On the original, it's Cherry, but with a double R-I-E, not Cherry with a Y. So we said Sherry because it's like a French sweet sherry, and that's like more of a girl's name, isn't it? We'd already done
Cherry
baby. So
a lot of cherries coming out of
it. So it became Cherry. Yeah.
Well, for me, it's one of the best songs on the album, and it was a good live number a few years ago as well.
It's a great tune. We love doing it live, and he was also on the Father's album.
Yeah,
and he did Always There.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And
very good.
He was one of the people. What's his name? Keith Williams. He wrote us a letter thanking us for recording his songs.
Oh, how nice.
He sent us a personal handwritten letter thanking us for recording his songs, which
was
lovely to receive.
Yeah, great.
Absolutely. Well, let's have a listen again. This might be one of those where a lot of people have not heard the original before or for a very long time. So let's spin it, Matt. Looking forward to this one.
Wicked.
Do it.
I've got to find sweet Cherry. She's gone away from home. I've got to find sweet Cherry. She's left me all alone. Cherry, Cherry, don't go and leave me alone. My thoughts are always with you. The emptiness leaves me blue. Now if you should desert me, then life deserts me too. Cherry, Cherry, don't go and leave me alone. We could be together downtown. We could do things together downtown. At the first place I met you downtown, there we could always be. Oh, sweet Cherry, come home. Would you please come home? I've got to find sweet Cherry. She's gone away from home. I've got to find sweet Cherry. She's left me all alone. Cherry, Cherry, don't go and leave me alone. Don't go and leave me alone.
Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise to hear that on tour a few years ago, early in the set. And I think Duncan does a cracking job because there's some really long, between yourself and Duncan, Robin, some really long drawn out notes there.
I was going to say, it is a two-part, Paul.
Of course.
But, I mean, what a wonderful, wonderful version. It's just simple as you like. And the two vocals, obviously done by the same man, are just beautiful. It's just so simple and so catchy and a great tune. And that's why we had to do it.
Love that feedback echo that they use. Seems to be on all his records.
Yeah.
That really feedbacky kind of
Yeah.
style.
Well, they kind of just discovered it at that point, hadn't they? 73.
The second got back to like just dancing with birds and that to that tune.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like speakerphone time.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, youth club and nightclub, both that
Tyburn
would
House.
get played everywhere that reggae was played. You would hear that tune, and it was like the perfect.
Yeah.
That and the other side of the single were both perfect dancing tunes with
I
girls.
remember it from the Checkers in Small East.
Yeah.
Because I lived over the road from there, and
Yeah.
they play. I remember that tune all the time
Yeah.
being played.
Tyburn House, Barnabas,
Was Checkers was on Borsley Green Road,
the
wasn't it?
Rainbow.
That was on Green Lane.
Oh, Green Lane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was,
yeah.
on Green Lane. I
Yeah.
lived on Green Lane opposite.
Yeah, the pub, yeah.
Off Borsley Green Road.
Yeah, Borsley Green Road's the next road.
Yeah, right.
Let's have a listen then to UB40's version. What's the instrument that, being a non-musician, embarrassing myself again, but what's the musician that brings it in? Dum 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 dum.
That's guitar.
What is it? Is
Yeah.
it just guitar, straight guitar?
This is not the original that we just played.
He's the bass.
On
Boom, boom.
UB40's
On
our
ours.
version, I can't
Yeah.
even remember.
bass. I
I'd
tell you
have
what,
to hear it.
let's listen to it because it's got quite a distinct opening for me. You know, when you hear it live as well, you know what it is. Let's play it, Matt, and then maybe we can ask after.
I've got to find sweet Sherry. She's gone away from home. I've got to find sweet Sherry. She's left me all alone. Sherry, Sherry, don't go and leave me alone. Don't go and leave me alone. My thoughts are always with you. The emptiness leaves me blue. If you should ever desert me, then life deserts me too. Jerry, Jerry, don't go and leave me alone. Don't go and leave me alone. We'll be there together, downtown, and do things together, downtown. With the first place I met you, downtown, where we could always be. Jerry, Jerry, don't go and leave me alone. Don't go and leave me alone. I've got to find sweet Sherry. She's gone away from home. I've got to find sweet Sherry. She's left me all alone. Sherry, Sherry, don't go and leave me alone. Don't go and leave me alone. Don't go and leave me alone. Don't go and leave me alone.
I'm just having a debate in my own head whether or not the first half of this album's better or the second half, and it's a tough one to choose.
Yeah, I think the first half had a lot of like hit tracks on it, but I love Wedding Day for a start. I think we did a really nice version of that, and
True.
I'm surprised it wasn't.
They're all hits. They're all
Of
hits,
course
though,
they are,
Steve. That's the thing. They're all great tunes. So yeah, obviously you can't have every tune as a single. And it's just one of them.
Yeah,
But they were singles, all of them. So there you go.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. Not bad, then, value for money.
Well, this album for sure is value for money. And 14 tracks that could have all been hits. To be fair, if you could have released all 14, you know, they would have all been hits. Right, the next one then is well, needs no introduction really, does it? John Holt, "Stick by Me," and I'll stick by you.
Stick by me. Yeah, it's a great tune, and funnily, every time you look on YouTube or whatever, it's always credited to John Holt as the writer, which it isn't. Obviously, it's a cover.
You tell him, Rob.
It's a cover, you know. It's a cover of a old doo-wop tune from America again. Shep and the Limelights did the original, and it's as I say, it's a cover. A lot of John Holt's tunes he wrote himself, and he was a great songwriter. But this isn't his tune. Everyone talks about it like it is. Whenever you look on YouTube, it goes song written by John Holt, you know, but it isn't. It's written by Shep of Shep.
Yeah, it was never afraid, was he?
Who would have guessed that Blue Peter Dog would have a hit record?
Well, it was prepared earlier, though, Jimmy.
No, that was Get Down.
Get down, Shep.
But I mean, John Holt was never scared of a cover anyway, was he? You know what I mean?
No. That whole 1,000 Volts series was albums of covers. You know.
You mean he never wrote Bojangles?
The reggae scene has never been scared of covers. You know, I mean, probably half of the Jamaican material that came out on the reggae scene was covers of British and American hit records. You know, I mean, you got to remember that Jamaica, their radio, obviously they've got their own local radio stations, but they were listening to Southern States radio from America. They were hearing American R&B, American country. You know, they were hearing all the radio from the Southern States of America. So it's going to heavily influence their listening, and it's also going to heavily influence their output, you know, their production is obviously going to be influenced by what they're hearing. And if they're hearing a lot of American hits, they're going to be covering them, you know.
Yeah, that still happens today. I mean, if you go on YouTube, like the top 20 songs of last year and the year before are covered. They might not be by particularly famous people. Your Ed Sheeran songs and you Justin Bieber, anything that's in the charts. That you can put a reggae beat to, I guess. Is 2 hours of play. If we have a barbecue rather than listening to the hits, version.
There's always reggae versions, but I mean, like what Robin was just saying about they could hear the radio from America. Apparently, that's how reggae came about, because there was like an echo on it, or like like you get a shadow of a sound. And apparently, that's how reggae was invented, because there was like this kind of delay that made the rhythm.
Wow,
I've heard
choppy,
that but
apparently.
I've also heard that.
There you go.
I've also heard
that's one of those urban myths, isn't it? That,
Yeah.
But I mean, it's feasible. It's feasible as any other. It's got to come from somewhere. Or maybe someone just fell over.
Well, that's why once every 20 sessions or so, me and Matt put that echo on the old Zoomy just to keep us authentic. You know what I mean? That's why we do it. Yeah. You see, people don't realise that, but we've stayed true to our roots.
But it wouldn't surprise me, because the quality of the way people listened to radio back then. I mean, I remember trying to listen to Radio Caroline, and you only got half of it. It came in and out.
Yeah, same with Luxembourg.
Yeah, that's right. Luxembourg. Yeah.
Is that the one on the boat?
That was coming off the boat. Yeah. I used to have a crystal radio. Connected to you used to have a wire on them for aerial, and I used to connect it to the metal clip on my window by my bed, and then trail it down under my pillow, and it had a little earphone, and I used to plug it in and pretend I was asleep in bed, and I'd be listening to Radio Luxembourg.
Well, Robin, do me a favour. Just explain for the younger listeners, because I only learnt this 6 months ago. I didn't know what my dad told me about Radio Luxembourg, and I was sort of gobsmacked.
Is that what you're saying? You're
at radio, man.
But I was gobsmacked at the concept of it. Just give a quick 30 seconds on what it was.
Well, it was pirate radio. It was radio coming from a ship that was not in anybody's international water. It was out in international waters rather than in a, so it didn't have to be licensed. They could, nobody told them what they could play. They played whatever they wanted, but there was still, they were playing charts and stuff, but they also played, new stuff. And that was where I would hear stuff like, early reggae stuff like the Monkey Man, the Maytals, stuff like that. Pioneers, Jimmy Cliff, Ken Booth, all that kind of stuff was played on Radio Luxembourg before it was played on the BBC.
And I guess it's where your Tony Blackburns came from and your Ken Bruce,
exactly,
like that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Exactly.
Most of them cut their teeth on Radio Luxembourg.
Yeah, what a concept! If you don't know that and you're hearing it for the first time, it's a bit like.
Well, it was like the precursor to like urban radio, because obviously I was involved in like pirate radio stations with the drum and bass. Do you know what I mean? Call FM and that. So like, but obviously,
you got to remember when I was a kid. When I was a kid in the '60s, there was only Radio 1 that played pop music. There was no commercial stations. There was no adverts. There was no, Capital or anything like that. No BRMB, no nothing. It was the BBC or nothing, And you got Radio 1 was what played Top of the Pops, the charts, Pop Pickers, and all that stuff, which was great, But they only played basically the top 40. They didn't play it till it got into the charts. Whereas Luxembourg, if you wanted to hear the new music that the kids were listening to, that was where you went, And that was basically the only other place you could hear it if it wasn't on Radio 1. You're listening on Radio Luxembourg. Now you've got choices of hundreds of stations, just like with TV, It's the same thing. There was when I was a kid, there was 2 channels, and then there was 3, and then there was 4, and now there's hundreds of channels and nothing to watch.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say that. It's a lot of crap.
I remember when there was no TV in the day, way back when I was little, and my parents would have, I think it was Radio 2 on, and you'd have like the Forces. Program to Germany and all that. Then you'd have like Round the Horn and the Jimmy Clitheroe show and all
the
that.
Archies.
Yeah.
I remember having a radio with no television.
Yeah. All stuff that was on the radio before there were TV series.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like Jimmy Clitheroe was on the radio before it was on the TV, and Just William as well. There was all sorts of things. It wasn't just the Archers, was it?
No, it wasn't. No, I remember listening to Quatermass even on the.
You're going back to that was before Radio 1. That was when it was like the light program and the home program.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Stuff. Yeah. I remember Valentine Dial as the man in black, telling ghost stories and stuff like that.
For people just joining,
it's amazing how he remembers that, but he can't remember what we recorded.
I was going to say Valentine Dial is the man in black.
Yeah, I think that was pre your cannabis days, wasn't it?
It certainly was. Yeah. Those memories stuck, definitely. Yeah.
Well, for those just joining us. For those just joining us, I'm not Michael Aspel, and this is Your Life. It's a UBZoomy, and we're going to play some music.
See, now he's showing how young he is. Now he's showing how young he is by thinking.
I don't know any of it.
This is Your Life. He's Michael Aspel.
Oh, God, was the one before him?
What was it? Ayman.
Ayman Andrews. Ayman Andrews.
Yeah, before that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, man.
Listen,
Irish guy. He used to say, "This is your life."
Your life. Yeah.
That statement was meant to shut you up, not keep you going on. We're going to play some music.
Now you're not going to
stick by me.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next?
I'll stick by on earth would be useless, can't you see? Oh, oh, if I didn't have you, just stick by me. I love you, darling, and that's no lie. Oh, oh, stick by me, I'll stick by you. When you cry, I cry too. Oh, oh, stick by me, and I'll stick by you. Remember my heart and my love belong to you. Oh, oh, stick by me, I'll stick by you. Friends may try to hurt us, scandalize our name. No one can tear us apart. You've got a place in my heart. Oh yeah, I love you, darling, and that's no lie. Oh, oh, stick by me, I'll stick by you. Friends may try to hurt us, scandalize our name. No one can tear us apart. You've got a place in my heart. Oh yeah, I love you, darling, and that's no lie. Oh, oh, stick by me, I'll stick by you. When you cry, I cry too. Oh, oh, stick by me, I'll stick by you.
Quite an obvious drop of the whoa oh bit in UB40's version. Any particular reason for that?
The brass, I think.
Just to take over some of the vocal
Yeah,
responsibility.
Brass riff, yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know it's a lot faster. Our version's like kind of dancehall kind of vibe in it.
Yeah, I think that's what I remember. I think we were trying a little bit too hard, but maybe I'll change my mind when I hear it.
Our
Yeah, I think
versions
it's
are
just-
our versions are always faster because they're 20 years newer.
Yeah, but you say that, Robin, but
But they were up with the tempo of the times.
Exactly. They were, yeah, exactly right there.
And also, we always got
not
an
as
eye on doing
fashionable.
it live as well, you know, and that that encourages us to do things a little bit more upbeat.
But I don't know if you then slow them down a bit. It seems to me as though the originals are slow, then you cover them and make them a bit faster. But then when you take them on the road, I don't know whether you get more control over them, but then you've been intoxicated by something that slows you up anyway. Possibly.
One of the
we're
things
professional,
we learned
right?
over the years was that the tempo will dictate the weight of a track, and I think sometimes you can take things too fast and you lose the heaviness of a tune, you know. And then just bringing it back a little bit can just add that little bit of extra weight. Like, for instance, things like tracks like Homely Girl, and which I think we do slightly slower now than the record when we play, you know. And that just gives that extra weight to the tune.
I think probably most of the tunes we do live are slightly slower than we do them on record.
Yeah, that's my point. Yeah,
just because
do you set the tempo, Jimmy? Do you, as the drummer, do
not
you
really?
No.
The tempo is something that we'd argue about. And
sorry, I mean live, Jimmy. Sorry, I mean I should have said. I mean, like when you go out and play it live, you're usually the first on
live. They've got no choice but to follow me. You know?
Yeah.
I'm quite happy to do that. But on record, we would do things like take the tempo up a little bit, and there was times then when they used to do time stretching where you could take something a bit faster and then you wouldn't lose the pitch of the vocal. You could redo the vocal so it stayed at the same pitch. So we would experiment, you know, and do the the speed by committee a lot of the time.
Like everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, some of it was faster, but obviously it's only as fast as I could play it. You know what I mean? Being a bass player, so like. But I mean, it was influenced by the times, what was fashionable, and obviously what we was into, and what got us, liking the tune and like injecting our own, putting our own fingerprint on it. Yeah.
So Jimmy, in a live environment, then when you start a track, because I've been to gigs where I've noticed that things are a little bit slower today or a little bit faster. Can that be determined by how you're feeling or the atmosphere in which you find yourself in?
Definitely.
Hormones. That's hormones.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's just how if he ties his hair back or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously the mood does affect you, but you'd be surprised how a tiny difference can sound really different. Where it can be half a BPM faster or slower, but it feels different.
But so often now with numbers that you're playing, the tempo has to be the same because you're playing so many different loops and things within your kit that dictates the tempo anyway, doesn't it? So once we've set the tempo, it's pretty much fixed, isn't it? There are a few numbers where you can up or down the tempo slightly because they're a bit more live, with a few less loops and stuff. But most of the time, those tempos are dictated, aren't they, by what we've already set?
Yeah. And then it's down to whether I can hit the right part of the beat, because that very often, you can get on the front foot sometimes, and it's a lot more difficult to be hitting that sort of the back of the beat, and it's only just a minuscule of a BPM,
fraction of a second,
but it makes all the difference. It's a tiny amount, but it makes all the difference to be able to hit that back beat.
Well, I mean that's down to the individual musician as well. I mean, you could get different people playing the same bass line, but playing it in a different position within the beat. Earl likes to play at the back of the beat.
Yeah, likes to pull it back.
Other people. When we had Leroy playing with us for 6 months, he was playing at the front of the beat.
Yeah,
they're both in time, but they've got a very slightly different feel. Earl plays more like Robbie Shakespeare.
Yeah,
much more relaxed and much more at the back of the beat, which is how we like it.
Yeah, because that's reggae, whereas Leroy was more about a soul and a funk player.
R&B player, Absolutely, absolutely tight at the front of the beat, wasn't it?
Yeah. But that's it. It's like music's a fascinating thing, and like time is like obviously one of the main parts of it. But it's all about, like Robin says, phrasing and the way you interpret a riff. Everybody's going to do it different, and that's what music's all about.
But in summary, Jimmy's job is really important. He's the most important member of the band, and he should just go solo. Really, that's it.
How could it be any other way, Paul?
Exactly.
I do remember when we were doing that classical dub, and we had the Birmingham Symphony Orchestra playing that piece of music. I can't remember what it was called, but the percussionist with the orchestra obviously is a first-class percussionist, first rate, and he plays with the symphony orchestra. So obviously he's brilliant. Yeah. But he was trying to play, I can't even remember what it was now. It might have been tambourine or cabassa or something, but he was trying to play it, and he was playing it perfectly in time, but it never sat right.
Never felt right, yeah.
And we just had to say to him, yeah, lovely, thanks for that. And as soon as he went, Norman then went and replayed it because Norman sits on it right the way we wanted it, and he just played exactly the same thing, but just sat it differently the way Norman does,
Yeah,
feel, baby.
Exactly. That's what musicians should do. It's a different feel.
Yeah, and it's you can't pin that down. You can't define it really.
No, and it's why rock musicians struggle to play reggae.
Yeah.
They understand it technically, but they don't feel it the same way.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Stevie Wonder, in it, Master Blaster.
Absolutely.
God bless him.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
It's all
But
wrong.
it's just not.
Stevie Wonder's a genius. He's a genius.
Yeah.
But he couldn't make it sit right, could he?
It's all wrong. Yeah.
That's it. It's just.
It's very wrong.
It's hard to explain, man.
Yeah. Be hard to explain to my missus where our Sunday afternoon's going if we don't get on with this music. So let's play. let's play "Stick by Me," UB40's version.
Come on, here we go.
We have to. Yeah, go on then.
Go on.
Stick by me, and I'll stick by you. Stick by me, and I'll stick by you. My life on earth would be useless, can't you see? If I didn't have you to stick by me. I love you, darling, and that's no lie. Stick by me, and I'll stick by you. When you cry, I cry too. Stick by me, and I'll stick by you. Friends may try to hurt us, scandalize on me. No one can tear us apart. You got a place in my heart. I love you, darling, and that's no lie. Stick by me, and I'll stick by you. Remember my heart, my love belongs to you. Stick by me, and I'll stick by you. When you cry, I cry too. Stick by me, and I'll stick by you. Friends may try to hurt us, scandalize on me. No one can tear us apart. You got a place in my heart. I love you, darling, and that's no lie. Stick by me, and I'll stick by you. Remember my heart, my love belongs to you. Stick by me, and I'll stick by you. When you cry, I cry too. Stick by me, and I'll stick by you. Stick by me, and I'll stick by you. Stick by me, and I'll stick by you. Stick by me, and I'll stick by you.
We have that one back in as well.
That's one of those tracks where the backing's great and the song's great, but they're
Not together.
two different things.
Yeah.
It's
it's very
backing
fast,
is
that one.
just too frantic.
Or was it the
Yeah,
Well,
I just wanted to ask Gilly what he thought of that song, about the musical makeup, the lyrical content, its history, that sort of thing.
Like it.
No, back.
You're all right, Gil.
Yeah, are you alive?
Just about.
A man barely alive.
I was going to say that.
Poor bloke. He's just sitting there going, please let this end.
Yeah. Right down.
I want my bed.
Yeah, well, like I say, it was a sign of the times, that one.
We weren't having it.
Yeah, we got good track the world. Another nice. Whenever we get to hear that live, we always say nice, lively number.
Yeah, it used to just wind me up.
Well, like, yeah, it's really hard to play it. I mean, I was playing at the tip of my ability there because it's so fast. But obviously, like I said, it was a sign of the times. It was like, you know, it was just like them and the beats that were in at the time. So I like it. It's got, you know, but it is too fast. I mean, if you'd done it live, it'd be like, it'd be a bit slower, like what Jimmy was saying about weight.
It's interesting though that you guys keep referring to it being, you know, a sign of the times. But then again, the other week I said that I felt this album sounds pretty timeless in many ways. But
yeah, that's just because he's class kid. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely, it is.
Yeah,
It'd be the album. It'd be the album I'd choose to give to somebody if they'd never heard. I've never heard of you before. So have a listen to this. Probably give them this album. You know what I mean?
It's our most popular in America, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But that was only because it was on the back of the success of Red Red Wine. It was literally released the year after Red Red Wine was #1 in America. So, you know, it got airplay, and it has a bunch of recognisable American tunes on it.
Yeah, exactly. R&B tunes.
Which wasn't deliberate, but that's how it came out.
Yeah, obviously.
I was going to ask if it was deliberate or not, but obviously it was just a stroke of luck, really.
Absolutely.
Well, like Robin said, you know, there's always like Jamaican versions of like you know, American stuff, and obviously with the radio and all that.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of them are American tunes, and that's why it was probably a bit easier to break through, you know, the American psyche of actually knowing the tunes and that. So obviously it helped you.
Yeah, if only we were smart enough or calculating enough to actually do that, you know, to work like that. But we weren't. We were just doing covers of Jamaican hits for us. You know, there were covers of reggae hits. But as it turns out, half of the tracks on this album are originally American tunes. So, you know.
Yeah.
And really well-known American tunes as well. Like Here I Am and The Way You Do, you know, really well-known.
Well, this next one's an interesting one. Just Another Girl. And I always wonder how many times have relationships gone sour and in, you know, sort of a moment of rage, the man sent this to the woman and have a listen to that.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a reggae opera.
Is it a Ken Booth penned number?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have heard somewhere that Errol Dunkley claims part of this, the writing for this tune, but it is credited as a Ken Booth tune. Errol Dunkley of OK Fred fame.
OK Fred.
That's the one. And yeah, but as far as I know, this is a Ken Booth tune. It's an original. It's from when Ken Booth was absolutely, you know, at the height of his powers. You know, 69 was this, you know, from Crying Over You and that kind of period. You know, it was just he was firing on all cylinders. You know, and he was writing great tunes. And this is a great tune. This is a killer.
One of the wickedest vocalists, man. You know what I mean? Again,
yeah.
Pure class.
Powerful singer.
Yeah.
And you know, don't need to say much more, really.
Yeah.
No, let's play it.
You know what I mean?
Man.
Let's have a dance.
It's a killer song.
I know
what a distinctive voice Ken has.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very, you know straight away. He holds the notes so well.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
brilliant singer. And again, at the height of his powers, then it's like, you know, the trainees come in and crying over you, and just absolutely flying at the time. He was brilliant tune, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's not one that you've really. I don't remember ever hearing it live by you guys. Maybe I have. It's not been in for a long time, has it?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we ever
did it
live.
I don't remember it, but that doesn't mean anything.
No.
Get away.
Yeah. We've never done
I'd probably, it's probably one we just didn't think lent itself to live the way we performed it. I don't know.
Yeah, I understand. I'd understand why as well. I think. I mean, there'd be other songs on this album that you choose over that. I think for live.
Yeah, there were more commercial sounding tracks, you know, and obviously the ones we released as singles were more commercial. So, you know, you tend to play the ones you've released as singles, you know.
Yeah. I think though the way the you can sing along to it though, can't you? As well, do you know what I mean? So you could do it live from. You get audience participation, I think, if they knew it, you know. Right, then let's have a listen to UB40's version.
Shall we?
Just Another Girl. Yeah, that's where you get the audience participation part if you were to do it live.
Yeah, it's I think it's a really good version. I like everything about that. I like the fact that it breaks down to just bass and drums. I like the vocals on it. I love doing the backing, the harmony on it. You know, it's a real ball breaker, as they say. It was, and I like the kind of that just lazy freeform sax going on behind it. You know, that's just like he's sitting there in a chair jamming along to it. You know, it's. Well,
that's how Brian. That's how
I like the version.
Brian plays it, innit? You know, when you were talking before about the timing of Earl's bass, etc. As a non-musician, I could probably associate that more with hearing how Brian plays. Do you know what I mean? And it might be Ian or it might be Martin that takes his parts live when he's not there, but it doesn't sound like Brian. Do you know what I mean? It sounds good.
Yeah,
sound like Brian.
Because it's the way you play. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, if the thing with Brian is when he does a solo, he then becomes Brian, you know, because he's playing behind. He likes to play at the back of the beat. Whereas when he's doing horn section stuff and it's the brass section together, they tend to be more up front, more strident, you know.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Well, they've got to be in rhythm too. If you start one going rogue, then, you know, when you're doing it in a section, it's going to sound odd. But when Brian stands up and does his solos, and he plays about with it live as well.
It's still in time. It's just so slightly different, you know, and that is a personal way of playing, you know. The same with singers. Some singers sing at the front of the beat, other singers sing at the back. And some singers, like Ali, sing several beats behind, you know. It's just, that's the way they deliver, you know.
Yeah, of course. All right, so just anything to finish off on Just Another Girl, or are we ready to move on?
No, I was just surprised how much I liked that.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
But it's not like a radio track, though, is it? It's not like a commercial track.
You what, Earl?
No, it's not. No, it's.
There was also other versions of that, weren't there, at the time? People didn't have versions of that. I'm sure.
Oh, it's probably been done half a dozen times, by different people. But we only concentrate on the originals, Gilly.
Okay.
Of course. Purists, we are purists.
All right then. So
don't mind me. I'm just a visitor.
At least that is a reggae original. That one.
Yeah, true.
Possibly the maybe second or third most popular song on this album, "Homely Girl," is the next one to talk about.
It was a single, of course, and everybody knows the original, which was the Shy Lights' massive hit from '73, I think. I've bought the album, the Shy Lights album, down to that tune, and I've still got it. But the version we were covering was the Jackie Robinson version. Jackie Robinson being the lead singer, the lead vocalist of the Pioneers, who everybody knows, one of the most successful vocal trios from the reggae scene altogether. I mean, and Jackie sang with the Pioneers all his career and also did occasional solo work, and this was one of them, his version of the Shy Lights' Homely Girl, which I think he did literally the year after Homely Girl was a hit for the Shy Lights, 73 and 74 he did this version. Which that was pretty standard. That was what would happen. There'd be a race to get a cover version out of a big American hit, you know.
Very cleverly written song with great lyrics. Really good. Really
it's very descriptive, isn't it?
Wicked lyrics. Yeah.
I don't know about you, but when you hear this song, you know, the teacher would ask you're in a classroom and carrying your books and all that. You know, you're there with it, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a brilliant lyric. It's a brilliant lyric. But also, you know, Jackie made it his own with the reggae version, and it's just a brilliant rendition, isn't it? You know, even though the Shy Lights was a brilliant record, this is just as good.
Well, this is the Shy Lights version, I do believe, Matt.
Yeah. It's like Guys and Dolls in a record.
What's the Shy Lights version?
That we're going to play.
No, we're not.
Are we not? We've got it. Matt's got it on.
We are playing the right version.
The Jackie Robinson version.
All right. Okay, cool. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, let's do it. Brilliant, but I really wanted Norman's percussion in there as well.
Yeah.
It's such a great version, though. It's obviously it's a major nod to the Shylights in style as well.
Vocally, yeah.
It's just got such great musicianship on there. The beautiful keyboards, beautiful guitars. You know, the whole thing. Wicked drum and bass, beautiful vocals, harmonies are gorgeous. You know, it's just a great single, and I
chugging along like a fucker in it. It's beautiful.
Absolutely, absolutely. I always thought we'd struggle to equal it. I really did.
It must have been one of the, well, maybe not. Was it one of the easier albums to record this? You know, you're in south of France or Italy or wherever. You already all know these songs. They're great tracks. Does that make it easier or does it make it harder?
I think it's easier when you know the tune.
It's work, man.
You've got nothing else to do. You know, you're stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Work.
Yeah, you've got to try and stamp your own authority.
We loved all them tracks. Yeah.
But
so it was an easier lot.
It's always easier to do a labour of love because you know the tunes, and it is a labour of love, literally. You know, they're tunes you know backwards, so it's easier in that sense. But there's also the weight of the quality of the original. You know,
expectation.
So you know you've got to do a good version, otherwise it's not worth doing.
Yeah. What are you drinking, Matt? You're muted. You look like a IPA.
Some pale ale, man.
Oh, nice.
Hello.
Yeah.
Good man.
It's a
Right,
resurrection.
I said to Matt earlier. I said I'm not gonna have a drink. I've been drinking. I've got my two little coconuts here. And I said to Matt, I'm not having a drink today. I said I've got to get on a train later. And he said, why are you not having a drink? Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Water, man. I think that when I'm doing yoga.
Yeah, man, it's lovely. It's from Goldie's back garden, apparently. This stuff.
That track, incidentally, talking about, you know, it's as far as talking about the quality of it, you know, that is British reggae. That is British produced. It's recorded and produced in England. That's a UK on the Harry J label. It was produced by Dandy Livingston. So, you know, it's just got UK class written all over it, I say.
Yeah, and nobody'd know that if they didn't have your in-depth knowledge, or some knowledge at least. They'd just think that was made in a back garden in Kingston, wouldn't they?
Well, people, that's what I'm always saying. People assume that all these records are Jamaican, and they're not, of course. There was a massive production of UK reggae all the time. Because of the popularity of reggae, you know, of Jamaican reggae. Obviously, there's Jamaican reggae coming in all the time, but there's a lot of Jamaican kids grown up in England, you know. So, of course, they're going to start producing their own music. And
a lot of it was sold here, wasn't it? So.
And that's what's happening, yeah. It was selling here before it was selling in Jamaica, you know, half the time. Even Jamaican hits were selling here before they were selling in the UK.
Yeah, massive. It was
in Jamaica, I mean.
Massive market for reggae at the time, obviously.
Yeah, there was a massive market for pre-releases at the time as well.
Absolutely. Oh, and just another point before we get off the original, the Jackie Robinson, he was another one on the Fathers album, and he did Jimmy's tune, "Don't Do the Crime."
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay.
There you go. Remember
another of the Fathers. You know?
Yeah.
I remember that one. To be honest, that's one of my proudest songs, Don't Do the Crime. I really stand by the lyrics then, because it's a very subversive message in the song, you know. It's saying that you're getting ripped off every day by the establishment and by the boss and by supermarkets, and why shouldn't you be helping yourself occasionally?
Turn the tables occasionally.
Exactly, especially when you're left on the shelf, you know.
Yeah, I liked it when we brought that tune back as well. That was fun. Yeah. I took the lead and Dunk did the harmonies, which was great fun.
Yeah, great brass riff as well.
Yeah.
We need to play our version of Homely Girl, don't we?
We do.
Yeah. Was Gilly shouting up there?
Yeah, can I ask you a question, Paul? Why are you filming from the landing? Are you in the doghouse this week?
Yeah, well, the in-laws are here downstairs. Okay. We're going away for a couple of days in the Varas. I'm going as far up as I can get. I was on the roof, actually, until we started.
Are they house sitting for you?
Yeah, dog sitting and house sitting, yeah.
So, what kind of dog you got?
We got a Lhasa Apso, like a Shih Tzu. A Tibetan guard dog.
No need to be rude about it.
Yeah, and I don't always call him Sue.
I remember going to Dudley, going and seeing the animals, and that was a Shih Tzu as well.
Boom, boom. Excellent.
I'm here all week.
Brilliant. Twice on a Sunday.
I know.
Right then, Homely Girl, UB40's version. Let's do it.
Homely Girl.
Broke your poorly law when the boys used to say you look better in the dark, but now they give all they learned in school to be somewhere in the dark with you. Oh yes they would. The teacher would ask a question and you would always raise your hand. You never got lonely. You're a beautiful woman. Oh, yeah. You used to be so lonely. You're a beautiful woman. Oh, yeah.
Wasn't a bad version, was he?
Ah, that was nice and straightforward. Yeah,
I love the bongos, as you were saying, that you missed that Norman's part off the original.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's really nice, isn't it, to have those little bongos at the front of the mix.
Yeah, and a couple of high notes at the
Yeah,
end.
I mean, it's
some
still
people can no longer achieve.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice interpretation of the lyrics and the song, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
and like again, obviously the beats of its time. You know,
Yeah, it's
and,
the old
obviously it
Rumours.
works.
It's the
Yeah,
old
it's like
Rumours,
it works every time we play it, so we can't be back on it.
Remember, was it John Old? Was it Rumours?
Yeah, Rumours of War. Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
Rumours.
yeah, with the the drum beat.
Rumours, that's Gregory Isaacs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Gregory?
Rumours of-
Yeah, okay.
Gregory, Rumours of War.
Gregory. But it got that D-tune rim shot sound
Yeah,
around on everything at that time.
big fat, rim shot man. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lovely.
good to hear it. I'm not. You took that out recently. Well, I say recently, last couple of tours, I've not particularly missed it. I love the track. Duncan doing it. I'm not sure it's one of his personal best in my view, but I wouldn't say no to it going back in. That said, if any of that makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't realise we stopped playing it. Tell you the truth, eh? There you
Yeah,
go.
because it was one of those staple songs, wasn't it, that had been in for 20 odd years? I
Yeah, yeah.
guess.
the song
Yeah.
everybody knew. That's why.
That's
Of
what.
course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's a post on the app from Bagger Riddim, who's listening from America. Can you believe? So it's in the morning for him. So good morning, brother Bagger.
Yeah.
Respect.
And just so Gilly knows, mornings before the afternoon.
It is, yeah. That bit he never sees.
But he's just said that he's loving these sessions, and the sessions, the Labour of Love 2 sessions that we've done have given him a much better and deeper appreciation of the original album, Labour of Love 2. So that's really nice, isn't it? You know, it's what we're doing it for, and the fact that people are saying they've never heard the originals of some of these tunes. It's really I love the fact that we're playing them the originals and that they're getting to know them through us. You know, I mean that was the whole point anyway, wasn't it? You know, and the fact that it's still happening. Here we are, 30 years later, and it's still happening. We're still introducing people to songs they hadn't heard before, the originals. You know, it's really good, isn't it? And just to let you know, Bagger, you're going to have to change your name very soon to Bigger Bagger Riddim.
Yeah. Brilliant. Right then, that's that last song.
Right, that didn't take long. Did it?
Okay.
Well,
That came up quick.
well, this is
we're nearly 2 hours, Jimmy.
No, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I still like it.
this is another Honey Boy tune,
That's right.
and it's this actually is the flip side of the single we listened to earlier. This is the B side, which was just as popular as the A side because it was another one that you always danced with a girl to. The second this came on, everybody danced. You know, everybody was looking for a girl to dance.
Hello, my darling.
And it was just one of them tunes, you know. It was a brilliant tune. It was the B-side to Sweet Cherry, but as I say, it was just as popular.
It's
And
Impossible Love, I take it. That's what we're talking about here.
that's correct.
Yeah. Now, I remember it was my first girlfriend. I was about 15, and we sneak over to the check-in. And yeah, this is the tune I remember most from my youth.
Well, this was on the Cactus label, 1973. So you can work out how old you were when that came out.
Yeah, I was 15.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was 14.
Yeah.
Little baby.
Music's quite often the easiest way to work out how old you are, isn't it? You know what
And
I mean?
I was 18, and it was just, you know, it was a brilliant single. I remember going and buying this from Don Christie's.
Yeah, man, big up Don
Cactus label, CT16, A and B side, just like a double A side. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
Can you remember what clothes you was wearing? flares.
Yeah.
Full shoes.
I had me stay pressed trousers.
Okay. Cool, yeah.
And me Brutus button-down shirt.
Respect, you were wearing Oxford bags and the star jumper.
Listen, I love watching the old.
Never wore a star jumper in my life.
No, I know. None of us.
Yeah, I like watching the professionals and all them old TV series like they come on in the morning, man. For the clothes are absolutely brilliant, and the haircuts and the cars as well.
The perms and the platforms.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Sound like a right set of Bobby Dazzlers.
The Scarts and Tasman Hutch cardigans as well.
Yeah, man. Budgie jackets.
Anyway.
Sounds
this
like
is another Honey Boy tune. And these are the two tunes that basically make us remember Honey Boy forever, you know. I don't know many of his other tunes, but this one record for me was part of my youth and was played everywhere you went.
Trip down memory lane then. Impossible Love. Honey Boy.
Go on, Matty.
Lovely.
Exactly the same.
What's coming next?
Exactly the same space echo on that as
Fantastic.
on Sweet Sherry.
Yeah, exactly the same. Yeah.
It's like a warm blanket, that is.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nostalgia. It's brilliant.
It's a great track to finish the album on, isn't it? You couldn't pick a better track to end this album with.
Yeah. There wasn't a better
Lovely.
finish. That's the perfect finishing tune, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good one. And yeah,
that is a proper wallow in nostalgia for me. That is.
Yeah, I feel like a hippo in like hot mud. It's great.
It's funny. You look a bit like a hippo in hot mud.
Oh,
yeah,
just
a minute.
I just got to say, we got Martin coming on. Martin's just texted me on something else, and I said, "Where are you?" I'm in the pork. There he comes.
Aye, aye.
He's in the where?
He's come to join us for the last minute.
Oh, nice
Okay.
one. Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Last half second, because he's gone.
That was who is he?
He's in the park. He had his big long coat on. I don't know what he's doing there.
Oh, yeah. Well, we all know what he does when he's got his long coat on, don't we?
Probably dogging.
Yeah. Without a dog.
You got your hair, Martin. I'll get him. I'll have him for you.
Yeah.
I'll stripe him.
So unmute yourself, Martin.
You're muted, Mart. Aha.
Martin, your haircut's collapsed, mate. What's going on?
I know. I just got caught in the rain.
I'll get him for you.
Oh, dear. Whatever you do, don't put your head out the car while you're driving, because that's going to come out.
Oh, God. Same in.
Sorry, I forgot.
That's what you sound like, Earl.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Great.
Tell you what, Martin, you have a nice day,
Nice to
pal.
know.
Next.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, look at
What
him.
a shame.
Right, well, before we finish, we've got to listen to UB40's version of Impossible Love. And by the way,
Miss Clark has definitely just put up definitely one to wine and grind to.
Yeah,
I couldn't agree more.
Something like that. I like how you left a longer introduction on as well on UB40's version. The version we've just listened to is he's singing after maybe 8 or 9 seconds. I think UB40 you've got a good lead on that.
And we also don't have the talking part in the middle.
No.
No.
When we suggested that Ali have a go at that, he went, "Go away."
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't use them.
At 2 o'clock on a
words,
Sunday. Yeah. Right then, let's spin it, Matt, and then I think we're going to wrap up for the day. So let's play it through, and then we'll say our goodbyes.
Okay, fine.
When we were together, those were the happiest times in all my life. Now we separated. I don't know what I will do, 'cause I can't love another, no matter how I try, 'cause I know it's impossible. Wherever you may be, I hope you hear my song. It may be you realize my love, that you were wrong, 'cause I can't love another, no matter how I try, 'cause I know it's impossible. The sunset outside my window has lost all its glow. The road in the garden, my love, doesn't bloom anymore. Wherever you may be, I hope you hear my song. Then maybe you'll realize, my love, that you were wrong. 'Cause I can't ever love another, no matter how I try. 'Cause I know it's impossible. The sunset outside my window has lost all its glow. The road in the garden, my love, doesn't bloom anymore. Wherever you may be, I hope you hear my song. Then maybe you realize, my love, that you were wrong. 'Cause I can't ever love another, no matter how I try. 'Cause I know it's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible.
Lovely track.
Yeah, we couldn't have finished with any other track, could we, really?
That's the last finisher, that is, yeah.
It's the saddest song in the universe.
Yeah.
Nice
no,
one,
it's a
Honey
shame.
Boy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, lovely.
Williams. Pretty good.
Well, I've enjoyed that, guys, and it'd be dead easy, wouldn't it, to roll on into Labour of Love 3 if we had,
No.
if we had the patience. But we've got some good stuff coming up in the weeks coming. Obviously, we're going to be doing a lot around Bigger Bagger Ridding and the release of it. As Matt said, new video and track coming out, Message of Love, on Friday with House of Shem. Hopefully, we'll get them on as guests as well at some point. And yeah, plenty to get on with, and then we're going to be in festival season as well. So we'll see.
Fingers
See
crossed.
what we can do there. Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's looking
It is, yeah.
better. It's looking better than it did a month ago, I'd say.
Yeah, finding out that the vaccine works against the Indian variant was quite a breakthrough, I think. And that makes it feel like it might actually happen. Because I wasn't holding my breath on that we were going to be getting any gigs at all this year, to be honest. But I think we may well do.
And I think the government will push it because they obviously don't want us to go anywhere on an aeroplane. So they've got to at least try and make it work on our little island, haven't they? And the younger ones are getting, the 32-year-olds are now getting vaccinated. So, and below that, you've got such, I think there's only, I say only, with the greatest respect, less than 100 people died of COVID in the UK under the age of 40, I think. So that's all good news, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, brilliant.
In terms of stuff moving forward. So good. All right, guys. Well, anything else, Matt, or have we filled our boots for this week?
No, that's it, man.
So is it Bigger Bag of Reading next week? Is that what we're saying?
You'll have to ask Matt. We'll see. There'll be something of it. There'll be something to do with it, won't there? There'll be something to do with it. We've got loads to cram in. Got a big list of things to do and get through. And of course, there's fan sessions. There's other. I mean, the next album's Promises and Lies in order. You know, so we've got a lot to get on with. So we just need more Sundays in a month. That's all.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Right, guys. Well, listen, thank you. Thanks to everybody on the app for
everyone
joining us. Have a good Sunday and a good week. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
See everyone.
The world over.
Bye.
See you guys.
Everybody.
Thanks for your contribution, man. Been fantastic.
Yeah, nice one, as usual. Couldn't shut you up.
Yeah. And sleep.
These early ones are not for me.
Yeah. Back in the room, Gil. Back in the room.
See y'all. Bye.
See you, boys. Toodle pip. Ta-da now.